it's not just the economic crisis as such, but it's a the very specific character of the crisis. Germany was trapped in debt. Servicing this debt during a recession requires the government to pursue austerity programs, to lower wages, increase taxes. That makes it even harder to maintain a healthy economy. Hitler could always point to the government and attack them for fulfilling the conditions imposed by foreign creditors. So he could make a link between the bad state of the domestic economy, unemployment, social unrest, and international agreements. And the government was in a very weak position because they realized that Hitler was not completely wrong, because they saw they were forced to do policies they didn't want to, but they had to. But on the other hand, of course, they wanted to push him back. But they were in a very, very weak position. And I think that's very important to see that Hitler could profit from this debt crisis enormously, because with some, sadly enough, with some justification, he could argue the deepening of the crisis is due to these debt agreements that the government signed up to. Because it was not completely wrong, and because the government couldn't say it's not true, he was in a very strong position, because all the responsibilities was with the government, but they were not able to do something against the crisis. They always argued, we're not happy with these agreements, but there is no alternative. We have to do it. We are internationalists. We have to maintain this agreement, because if we don't, we have even a bigger crisis. And Hitler could always argue, well, that's not a very good strategy. You have to cancel these agreements. And as he was not responsible, he could always, come up with an alternative solution or an alternative strategy that means just saying no to the creditors. And when finally the German people witnessed this financial collapse, of course he felt vindicated, and everybody said, well, it's exactly what happened, what Hitler and other opposition politicians always had told us, this is not sustainable, we have to change course.